What's good, Hilux fans? It's been 5 years since I rolled my car, and I am determined to get this thing back on the road. So like, subscribe, and hopefully, in the end, we'll go sideways again together. Hilux LN106 fans, welcome back to the channel. It's night, the days are getting shorter, so I've set these lights up behind me, and check this out. Last time I worked on the car, I got the engine out, pretty stoked about that. And today, what we're going to do is get as much of this spaghetti outside of the engine bay as possible, because I want to repaint the engine bay. I do have an idea to paint this car a crazy color, but it doesn't matter what color I paint the car. If it's not white, it will look wrong when you open the engine bay if it's white inside. So the engine bay is going to be black, and then I can choose any color I want for the rest of the car. So let's get into it. That's the wiper motor, disconnected. Power steering, gone. Plastic thing that goes there, also gone. Whatever it was that went here, can't remember, but it's gone. Good thing I took photos. And I've made it up to about there. And this way, I've made it up to about there. And the loom, it's actually got a disconnect plug right there. So the rest of it's hanging off the car with a bit of spaghetti protector right there. And tomorrow, we'll do that half there. All right, YouTube, I've got the most of it hanging off the side now, and I think I'll be able to paint around what I've got left in the engine bay. So I'll leave that in there and just paint around stuff. But this, at one point, has been leaking. The paint's coming off because that's very corrosive. And rather than figure out where it's leaking from, I'm just going to take it off. But maybe easier said than done, eh? Because that's connected to something on the other side. I guess the pedal. So right about now, I'm going to start pulling apart the dashboard. Bolts out there. Taking the bolt out of there, one out of there, and then that's it. So easy. Easy as pie. A bit of this one. Take out this button. AC button. Yep. Put that there. Take out the ashtray. That's that. One more clip there. That's actually about as far as I've ever gone before on the dashboard, but we're going to go further. We're going to take this top section out. It looks like there's a bolt there, so we'll get started. Right, I was pulling apart the dashboard, but I've actually just worked out the seats does slide back a bit further, and I can probably cram my body into this hole and check this out. Up there is a pin. If I pull this pin out and take the spring off, I can just hammer this silver looking thing out the other side, and then I will have taken off the clutch cylinder. So I don't need to pull the dashboard apart yet. That's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm just taking this pin out, and then I pulled this spring off, and now I can push this bolt out. There it goes. It's coming. It is coming. I'll get my handle those pliers. I'll do it. It's out. Ta-da. All right, that clutch cylinder's gone. On to the next thing. This is broken. It always gets stuck in there. Doesn't matter how much lube you put on it. Can't be bothered working out why it's broken. Let's just swap it for the one off the parts car that does work. And while we're at it, let's take off this here, take the air conditioning condenser out, and then we've got a good shot at painting the front of the car, and we'll be ready to start degreasing and painting the inside. Still won't come out, but there are a couple of sneaky bolts on the back side here, I think. You have to suck out. Yep, this one. We've done it. Sorry about the shaking cam. Right, YouTube. So the first thing I'm going to do is just hit it with some C18 truck wash. And the next thing I'm going to do is pressure wash it. Not bad, YouTube, not bad at all. What I'll do now is just coat it again with C18 truck wash, let it soak overnight, and then give it another wash in the morning. But as you can see, not too bad, not too bad.
A few moments later.
What's up, LN106 fans? I'm back at it, and I have lost track of where I am in the videos exactly, but this is the update, and I may have skipped a few bits. I've got this area here scrubbed back with a clean one of these. This one comes out the sink. Look, that's filthy, that's gross. But this, I cleaned one of these, and I rubbed everything back as much as I could, and that's going to be the test. That is going to be the test, and if that comes out nice after I paint it, because I'm about to paint it, then we'll do the engine bay that way. I'm really not keen on the idea of sanding it with sandpaper, so if this comes out all right, then that's how we're going to do the engine bay. Right, so I'm about to hit it with some etch primer, and I haven't bothered to take this stuff off. I mean, nobody is going to see this section of the car. That is why it is the perfect place to do a test. There we go. Primer's on. A heap of angles to spray. It's a bit of a warm up for getting the next coat down, and it's good practice for doing the inside. Right guys, that is primer, 3 coats of black and 3 coats of clear, and it's come out looking pretty good. It's always kind of hard to tell until the morning when it's dry, and you can put your hands on it and then you know for sure you've nailed it or not. So fingers crossed, not too many bugs land in this tonight, and I'll check it out in the morning. Hilux fans, we are still getting ready for paint. Jesus, it takes a long time. So I've got all the grease off here. I've worked my way halfway around. Still got to scrub the grease off this, but I've decided to take this out, and I didn't want you to miss it. So I'll just tell you how to get the brake booster out. Basically, there's 4 bolts, and you can get them without taking the dashboard apart. And then there's one of these in the pedal, holding the pedal to it, pull the pin out, and then you just push that pin out. And once that's off, you disconnect these. You probably should disconnect these first, like I have. And then that's it. Happy days. Now we can do a good job of getting back here and getting that clean. What's up YouTube? I've got a new iPhone. Hopefully it's looking snazzy, and I'm giving you an update on the Hilux, of course, and we're up to this stage here where we're about to throw on some paint. To get it to this stage, I use this, or many of these, they wear out fairly quickly, they lose their sharpness, to just dull the paint. And I have used wet and dry sandpaper as well, 400 grit around some of the other parts of the car. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that I've done enough so that the paint sticks. You know, I'm a bit nervous because I don't know anything about painting, but half the car I did with this over here, and the other half of the car over there I did with the sandpaper. So 2 coats of primer, 3 coats of base, and 3 coats of clear. That's what we're going to do. So let's hit it. Before I get started with the paint, I have prep washed the car to get my greasy finger marks off it. So don't forget that step. Okay, YouTube, things going not too bad so far. I've got the primer down. Looks okay, but I didn't take my time taping things up, and if I've got advice for you, it's don't spray primer over stuff that you've already painted black. But you live and you learn, right? So take your time, tape everything up properly, and happy days. So we're about to spray on some black and then some clear. Let's get into it. You know what makes little baby Jesus cry? It's when the can does this. Look at this. Look, see all that black in the rim? And then it doesn't spray out properly anymore. It sort of like splurts out, and then it does this. Look at these little drips. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. I don't know what I did wrong to deserve this, but full wreck my day. Full wreck my day, eh? I'm sick of that happening. That's happened a couple of times. So what I've done is bought extra cans, and I'm just going to shoot half the can. Shoot half the can before the nozzle does that. And it seems like the first half of the can is the good half of the can anyway. You get lots of pressure and you can get upside down and do the angles. Maybe that's what I've done wrong. I went upside down and that somehow screwed up the thing. But yeah, let me know if you know. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Boy, yes! I have done me a thing. I have freaking glossed, painted black, primed, all that jazz. Check it. Yes. Freaking looks awesome. Still drying. Don't want to touch it. But that's mint, and I'm freaking glad that's behind me because that was a slog. Now all that's left to do is repaint this front section of chassis rail. And I've got to fix up a little bit of overspray that I put back behind this bit there. But that's cool. And check out that green. Look how much that pops off the black. I think we might be seeing a bit more of that kind of color in the future. So there's a little hint for you. Until next time, Hilux fans, keep it upright. And if you do roll it, engine swap the next one you get. See ya.